11:06 and 13 degrees right now in downtown Montreal. Good morning. It's Kelly Alexander sitting in for Elias Makos until 12 o'clock. And yes, Elias will be back in his chair tomorrow. Now, last summer, Peter Malko's Pierrefonds basement was hit with 8 inches of floodwater, destroying furniture, toys, not to mention important personal belongings. Now, his insurance company, Beneva, initially paid out over $13,000 and handled the repairs. But months later, they actually asked for $5,450 back, telling Peter that they had overpaid him. Now, of course, Peter is left questioning the process and wondering how, homeowners are supposed to know what is fair when they're already, overwhelmed in a very dire situation and stressful times. We actually have Peter Malko joining us right now. Peter, thank you so much for spending time with us on CJAD 800.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, Peter, can you take us through what happened after the flood when you made your insurance claim? Like, did that initial part of the process go smoothly for you?
Just to give you a quick walkthrough, basically, when the floods had started and we had noticed the water came in the house, first and foremost, we frantically started moving stuff out of the basement, trying to salvage what we could. All the wet items that were basically all over the floor, floating around, we tried to get rid of. And I knew right away, first step after that was to call my insurance, which is what I did. And like many other Montrealers, we were overwhelmed with a lot of phone calls, and getting through was very difficult. It was a lot of voicemails and a lot of being just basically disconnected off the line. So clearly their phone lines were overwhelmed with a lot of people dealing with the same situation. But after a while, we did get through to our claims representative, and we were able to start the process. I mean, I don't remember how long exactly it was, but I know it took a little while to get through to someone at that point.
And then, so things happen, you get the money, you get the repairs, going on and happening. But then how did it feel when you actually got this notice asking for your money back? That must have been extremely shocking.
It was, because initially we went through the process like everyone would. We filled out our claims forms fairly based on what we lost and what we were trying to claim back. And, there was a lot going through my mind, a lot of anxiety, because I've been living in this house, my first house. We've lived in here just over 5 years now. So this is obviously the biggest issue we've come across right now, dealing with insurance. So we went through the process the best way we could. We filled in our claims. They gave us an initial payment to at least start necessary work. So that certainly helped. We were able to get some equipment to help clean up what was left, get some help to move items, package it, store it, move that all out of the way. And after that, wait for their estimator to come by, assess the damages, and basically just take from there. So it was an ordeal.
Yeah, there's no question. Joining us on CJAD 800 right now is Pierrefonds homeowner Peter Malko, who has been dealing with some challenging home insurance issues, to say the least, with regards to the rainstorm last August. Peter, did the insurance company ever explain how the numbers were being calculated from the start? Like, did you know you were going to get around $13,000? Like, did you see paperwork on this?
There was explanations, but it was a lot of back and forth. I was very confused with the way the math was coming up, because I was having trouble understanding it. So the way I was at the time, like, it should have been, not the easiest procedure, but it was obviously, I knew that insurance was going to come through with some sort of initial payment to start the process, make my claims. And then after that, I basically went with their contractors, all their certified contractors, to the demolition, the sanitation, removing all debris, and eventually getting the contractor to come in and start the work. Mm-hmm. So there were breakdowns based on what they were paying me, but like I said, there was a lot of back and forth. I had to keep calling and says, well, what do you mean by this? And what does this mean? And so I was a little unclear at the time, but I took it at face value, figuring, okay, well, this is how they calculate it. This is what I'm entitled to receive as far as starting necessary work, claiming all my losses, and letting the insurance take care of all contractor work after that.
Do you think, Peter, there were too many cooks in the kitchen with regards to this process? And obviously, we understand it was, such an event for everybody in this province. And obviously, I'm sure the insurance companies, all of them, were very much overwhelmed. But was there miscommunication breakdowns?
Honestly, I think there was. Initially, I did have a representative taking care of the majority of my communications. However, there was once in a while a different name popping up the emails, taking a look at the account. Sometimes it would be from the claims team, or it could be from a particular individual. So I just tried to ask the questions the best way I could and try and get the clearest answer based on what I received. So in the end, I'm still trying to figure out what went wrong and where, did I do something wrong? Was there miscalculation on the insurance side? Mm-hmm. So a lot is going through my head right now, and I'm just waiting back for some more answers, because I did try to keep active communication throughout the whole process. So I did have a lot of questions, and it's difficult when you're doing it all through email, because sometimes sentences can be misconstrued, or sometimes a typo that throws off the whole meaning of a sentence, or if you're on the phone, it's the communication could still be broken down. So it takes a little time to get some straight answers based on what I'm trying to ask.
Joining us on CJAD 800 is Peter Malko, resident in Pierrefonds, who went through floodwaters in his house, 8 inches at least. Peter, can you talk to us a little bit about the fact that, did you, I talked off the top about how, they paid you over $13,000. They asked for $5,450 back. Did you, because they said they overpaid, did you have to pay that money back? Is it already back in their hands?
It's not back in their hands. I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out. I mean, obviously, there's still $5,400 up in the air right now, trying to decide what to do with it, and I'm just trying to figure out where I stand in this whole thing and how these numbers came to be. So I'm still trying to remain active in communication with my insurance and just basically trying to get as many answers as I can to figure this out.
2 quick questions for you. One, will you be changing insurance companies going forward, do you think? Or do you think this would be a situation everywhere? And then just a quick follow-up to that, what do you want other homeowners to know?
Well, firstly, it's very early to tell in regards to any decision I'll be making for future providers. I mean, I've been with this company for a very long time. I mean, they've been there since I had my first car, and I've obviously done other claims with them in the past, and they've gone relatively smoothly, and I've had no problems. But my advice is basically, for anyone who's dealing with any type of insurance matter, large or small, it's always good to remain in constant communication with your representative, get as many answers as you can, and just basically ask them everything you need until you feel clear on what we're dealing with.
Peter, that is fantastic advice and something we really need to take to heart. And I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
That is Pierrefonds resident Peter Malko, and you could read more about his experience on the CTV website, montreal.ctvnews.ca.